Alright, well, today I was reading the local newspaper and I came across a article out of Springfield, Ohio, of all places, is going through a migrant crisis. What they're claiming is that the 15,000 migrants that came to Springfield, Ohio, now they have a housing crisis. I mean, who would imagine they would have a housing crisis if you allow 15,000 people in your residency that don't have anywhere to live? I mean, yeah, who knew? But what's interesting is how this ties into the U.S. military. See, the top general now in the United States military has stated that 1/3 are going to be robots only. 1/3. So do we need these immigrants or refugees or whatever you want to call them in your doorstep? Because, the birth rate in America is going down. So in order to make it so that your country doesn't go extinct. So the military basically said, hey, we're going to have less recruits in the future, so we're going to robotics. But we have these young migrant families coming in the doorstep. We could use them. Don't really want to use them. So what do you do with them? What do you do with the Americans that are here? They haven't really said an answer. And quite frankly, don't really think they care. Now, if you look at the booming industry that's going in places like New York, where you have shelter in placement that's quote-unquote non-profit helpers that are making $41 billion contracts, and they're just taking the money and run, or they're in fact, yeah, bring them on in, we'll help them out, and they're getting a kickback from local businesses that are using that cheap labor and paying it under the table, like Uber Eats is doing with certain people's accounts and getting kickback from that, or certain dry cleaners, or even certain work details that are construction sites that are using that labor. It makes you really wonder, is this going to stop? Personally, I don't think it will. The machine is already getting used to this cheap labor, getting used to picking and choosing who's going to be working for a nickel cheaper, in some cases by hour. The American people is not going to have a safe future, because this is what's going to happen. Your Social Security is going to be drying up because you have people working in the system that's not paying into that. Now, everyone always thinks that I've heard that, oh, I paid in the system, I get you. But you might pay it in the system, you being an elderly person, you being an elderly person, or you being a middle-aged person, but the next generation is not paying for you. You see? And when that happens, that's it. Game's up. So what do you do about this situation? Well, you can write to your mayor's office, you can write to Congress, and see what they can do. But personally, I don't think they're going to do anything. They're just sitting on their hands, and really your congressmen, your senators, your mayors, they're not doing nothing about it. All they're doing is they're just complaining that the roof's on fire, but really they have no intention to put the fire out. Just to slow decay. That's it, of society. And you have these migrants, which, if you want to think of them like a bug, they're leeches on the system. And they're just going to take the system out bit by bit. And then after they're done with that, they're going to go to the next country. Continuous cycle until everyone is a third world country party member. And that's going to be it. Alright, well, if you guys like this content, please give a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button if you would, please. Don't forget to tap that notification bell. Later.